Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is going to be a very quick update on DXY and all other instruments that we have. Now, what do we have here in DXY? This monthly time frame. We can see that September closed in a doji, and this is typical of a corrective move. We have seen that a slightly break below the July monthly close. This is July, which is bullish. And I told us that we should be very careful when we see price like this, because the structure is not completed. This is just might be a dummy, but at the same time, we are very close to when this structure will be completed. And most likely, we might be seeing price to break down one more time and come to the vicinity of 95.0 on the DXY, maybe around this area, before we see that bounce to the upside, either correctively or impulsively. So, but we still need to see what is happening here. So on the monthly, October will still be in this correction, but we need to see what exactly is playing out. So this is still some bearish move. Of course, the buyers are trying to come to the market. In July, the bulls won it. In August, the bears took over, and it was more or less like slightly, not even much in September, but the bears having a little more hand. So that is what is viewed, you see in a very consolidated market, which is corrective on that time frame. So going to the weekly time frame, what do we have? On the weekly time frame, you can see this action, just like we saw the bulls took over from here and they bought. We are seeing that reaction now, but like I said, this is typical of liquidity below this area. But are we going to sell immediately, or we are still going up? And what I want to see is more of a complex correction now. It's going to get more complex on the weekly time frame. So with this reaction, without breaking low immediately, we might still see a slight push to the upside before we sell. If you go to the monthly time frame, the daily time frame on DXY, I want to show you what exactly I'm looking at. DXY here. Yeah. Like I said, this is wave 3 of 3, and this is wave 4 of 5 of 3. Now we are seeing within wave 4 some complex reaction, probably a more complex correction. So this looks at an A, B, C of an A. This to me looks like a B wave. Now in this looks like a C wave. Because this actually broke the low, we might also be seeing something more of, a running flat here to the upside in the completion of this C wave here that is going to the upside. Except they decide to change these. I still expect that we might be seeing more movement to the upside. But in the immediate, what do we expect? This is the daily, like I said. I believe that A wave is completed, B wave is completed, we are within this C wave. And after completion of this C wave, we may see trust to the downside without breaking here, which is 100, 300 level. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, if I pull this thing together, again, this is A wave of the wave 4, the B wave, and most likely we are seeing a C wave, emergence of C wave. Now, it's like the A part of the C wave is completed to me as an ABC of C of A. Then this is the B wave in the middle. That's what I think. That's what we should be expecting. That's a B wave in the middle to complete this B wave to the downside. Then after we go up for the C leg, which will most likely be impossible without around this area. Without breaking this area, we might be seeing price coming down to the downside again. But in the immediate, even though this is corrective, it looks incomplete. It's giving me a vibe that this is an A wave of A, of B, then this is a B wave in the making. B wave seems not completed in the making. We should see probably this A wave of B. Then in the B wave, we might see an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. Then we have this C wave to the downside before we go up to finish up. So what do anything can happen here, but what I'm seeing here at the moment is that the A wave is completed in this regard of an A wave. So to the downside, we should see a C wave, a B wave to the upside, and the C wave also to the downside, which may break this low. And after that, we will have finished B wave, and we'll see one more leg to the upside, which is an import of the C to complete that leg. Now, in the immediate, with this move, A wave, if it's completed, then this is part of the B wave now. So this being part of the B wave, I would expect that this may go a bit up. We could have this go up. If this will sell to break this low, it might go up again to complete that B wave or C wave of this B. Because to me, this is in the larger B wave, this is a big A wave now, a triad, ABC. Then in the larger B wave, we are seeing an A, which is completed. Now the B wave also has to be a triad, which is an ABC of A, and this may be a B of it, and the C might go up. And after that C, we'll now see a bigger C of the B to come to the downside. And before we now have this A, B, and a C. So if you follow my narration, you should understand that now this is an A of B, and this is a B wave of it in the middle. I still expect that most likely price may break up. Probably we need to see how far this one is going to go. If it's going to break the low here or not. But once we begin to turn up, then we should be looking for that this B wave will be completed somewhere around this area or thereabout. Then we should now have one more thrust to the downside. So we are predicting like 3 waves ahead now to complete 1, 2, 3 of an A of B, B of B, and a C of B. Then we'll now do, to complete the major B inside of B, the A, B. So one wave to the upside, one more to the downside, and the last, which is the third wave to the upside. And thereafter, we may now see price coming down to take the low again. So that is what we are looking at, the larger picture. So we hope if we can pick all of that. The same if you look at euro dollar, we expect the same on euro dollar, that these, as the correction is completed, A of B is completed. So we are within, this is an A wave here. So I expect if this is completed, we might still see this push to the upside. If this will push to the upside, it will complete a B of B. A B of B. Then price may come to the downside again if they have not completed it here. Anyhow, if price will push up, beyond this, that means this is completed, and A, B, C of B, if it will push up from here, because this may actually have finished up the B wave A, B, C, and the C of B may go up like this, and A, B, C. Then thrust down, without breaking this I here, you might thrust down one more time to break this low. Once we break this low, the whole of this will be completed, because this is a B wave now. To break this low, that will now be A, B, and a bigger C, then before we now begin to go up. One USD. Looks the same. Now, this is the initial correction to the downside, and this B wave is not completed. We're within the B of B. The A of B may have been completed within the B of B. So the C of B should go up without breaking the top, without even breaking this area. The B of B should turn down to finish an A, B, C to the downside. To broke the bottom one more time before we now take it up. NZD USD. So NZD USD, we may have a correction to the downside. If we have a correction to the downside, we may go up. This might just be an A wave. I'm still suspecting that they might break low again with this way they are going up. Let's see how this one grinds up. Just be careful. The only thing probably you can just begin to look for in NZD USD is a buy. So we might have a more complex correction here. Take it up, break low again. If it breaks low here, look for another buy. You don't have to close your buy here, but if it will break low, you just look for another position to buy again. Selling, it's kind of very, very risky. USD JPY. Now in USD, this has gone up collectively. This may have formed the top now. If we break this top again, then we'll break here. So what we most likely can do here, this look impulsive to the downside. What we can look for here, it's a correction to the downside, a buy. Then if you should buy, we should look for a sell again. So I would not expect this one to break the top, but if it does, fine, then we'll recalibrate. For now, a short buy, then look for a sell. Euro USD. Euro JPY. Euro yen. Euro yen. For Euro yen, what I'm seeing here, because we've been hoping to finish up with this wave. Now, this may look like an A wave here, a B wave here, probably a C wave to the downside. If indeed is a C wave to the downside, this may go off collectively without breaking the top. If that happens, I won't recommend that we begin to sell for now. If that happens, we may see price come down one more time to break low. And that will be the last low before it pushes high for the last time. So after pushing high, then add high, then we'll now look for sell at the top. Gold, which is the last one I'm going to talk about. Gold is still bullish. Gold is still bullish. What I see that gold might be doing is that if I go on the daily time frame here on gold, so we are still yet to see here. Now, this is the first move. This correction of wave 2 as wave 4, we are yet to see it with this move. So we are still within wave 3, but this wave 3 looks like it's coming very close to an end with the movement that we are seeing. So if that happens, we will see this correction of a wave 4 then before we push up one more time. That pushing up one more time, we may be pushing very close or above 4,000. But for now, we'll take it as it is. Going on a 4-hour time frame, the wave 3 here is still uncompleted. That's in my opinion. Now, within this wave, we might be walking to the last part of this wave, but this may be a wave 1 of the ending structure, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. This might be wave 5 of the ending structure. So if that's the case, if it's a wave 5 of the ending structure, which means price should not break this for now immediately. Price should not break 38.63 to the downside immediately. If this is wave 1, wave 2 of that last wave, we need a wave 4 very close to this. We might break it up, before having that wave 4. So after the one deep correction, one last blow to the upside, we should be looking for that big wave 4 that I talked about. So in this regard, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 will finish up wave 3. If it turns out to be like that, then one more sharp wave that will break this low here means that we are in that wave 4 here. This is wave 4 of this one. This is wave 2. We're in that wave 4. Then after completing wave 4, maybe around 23.6 retracement, not more than 38. We should bounce up the last time before we now see a much bigger correction. So with that, I've come to the end of today's update. Do like, share, comment. Also encourage more people to watch this to grow this community. Thank you. Bye.